Review Bros back with another review today, and not a stim pre-workout. Today we're going to be looking at a stim-free pump formula in the form of Pump the Chaos by Chaos Crew. This is their version 2 upgraded all-out version. So let's see what sort of improvements they've made. Let's see how it comes together in the gym, because we're going to be covering that usual taste, price, label and effects, and wrapping it all up for you in a final verdict to see if it sounds right for you. And you know what to do. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, tick the bell icon so you don't miss any reviews, because we're always dropping reviews like this at least 3 times a week. And if you don't know about it already, we are doing a membership scheme where you can get early access to reviews and discount codes and even sample packs. So definitely check that out if it sounds appealing. Taste segment comes in blue lemonade, the flavour that they offered before and now again. The one we have, however, is juicy fruit, which is their new flavour for the reformulated version. Interestingly, it tasted more to me like an iron brew, like an iced tea. So if you like iced tea, you'll probably love this. And I've let my mate try this, he agrees as well, so it's not just me having weird taste buds. It does kind of taste and even look a bit like an iced tea. I wouldn't say it tastes like juicy fruit, because juicy fruit to me reminds me of those chewing gums or bubble gums, you know, that in the yellow wrapper. Juicy fruit doesn't taste like that. Bit of a strange one. I'm not the biggest fan of iced tea, but my mate loves iced tea, so he was giving it like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. I was more around the 7 mark, so I'm going to go in the middle and give it an 8 out of 10. Mixed perfectly fine. Yeah, doable. 8 out of 10 on the taste front. Price segment time. So where do you get hold of this product? Well, you can get it from a few different places, but going off the official website, like we always do, you go to bringthechaos.com, where you'll find this 25 serving tub for £32.99, which isn't too bad. And what we do like is it is a genuine 25 servings. We're seeing a lot of pump formulas these days that are 40 20 servings, so in essence 20 servings. So it's nice to see a solid 25 serving tub, so that's a thumbs up. Now, per serving, that works out to be £1.32, which falls into a 5.5 out of 10 on our price scale. So priced around about average, but bear in mind that that is going off the official website, no discount codes, no nothing. That is the full price, 5.5 out of 10 on the price scale. A label time of Pump the Chaos V2, so let's see what they've stepped up in this revised version. So, 1 scoop gets you 13 grams. First up, we've got L-citrulline at 6 grams, which is double the dose they had before, so very nice, we'll take that. So it's essentially double the clinical dose, really. So that's the amino acid that's going to help bump the nitric oxide levels up within the bloodstream, leading to increased blood flow and pumps. It's the staple pump ingredient, you normally see it in a lot of pre-workouts, and it's nice to see it at a solid dose. Then into the amino acid L-taurine at a whopping dose of 2 grams, double what we would normally see. That's the jack of all trades amino. It's going to help with energy production within the body, cognitive benefits and hydration within the body, so it's going to play a role in those pumps as well. Then into an ingredient which it looks like a new addition to this formula of bitter melon extract, 500 milligrams. That's more of an overall health sort of ingredient. It helps with blood sugar levels and cholesterol, that sort of thing. Nothing absolutely specific to getting a pump on, but it's nice to have something in there that just supports your health alongside. Then into vitamin C at 500 milligrams again just an overall health sort of ingredient, going to help with general bodily functions. Then into Vaso 6 green tea extract, 360 milligrams this time, so they've upped that by 60 milligrams. You know, no one's going to complain with that. That's the ingredient, the patented ingredient known to boost nitric oxide levels within the bloodstream. That's also going to work alongside the L-citrulline to achieve a similar outcome. Then we move straight into another patented pump ingredient, S7 at 100 milligrams. This has been doubled from the previous formula, and it is actually now double the clinical dose. So that's super, super solid. Now, this ingredient has been shown in studies to boost nitric oxide levels within the bloodstream up by 230%, which is crazy when you think about it. So that working alongside the Vaso 6 and the L-citrulline should bring about some nasty pumps. Then wrapping off the label, we've got estrogen at 50 milligrams, which is the clinical dose. That's the patented absorption ingredients. That's just going to help the uptake of all of those ingredients that I've just mentioned, getting them through you as efficiently as possible. So looking like a nice, tidy, compact but well dosed formula. We'll have to see how it comes together in training. Okay, effects section with Pump the Chaos. So as you guys know from the label section, there's been some definite improvements to the product overall. The only removal of an ingredient I can tell is the L-tyrosine, which used to be in there at 500 milligrams. It's now been removed altogether, which we're not too sad about, because at 500 milligrams it wasn't super noticeable anyway, so you don't really miss the L-tyrosine, so no dramas there at all. So the label of the last product looked more like something you would stack on or next to a stim-based pre-workout to increase the pump factor, whereas this, going by the label, is more of a standalone pump product in its own right, so it can hold its own. But as you know, we still love the last one. We still gave it an 8 out of 10, using it on its own as its own thing. So it did definitely come together even better than the label appeared. So I would say that they've done some nice modest improvements on this one. They've taken everyone's feedback on board and they've bumped up those numbers, most notably the L-citrulline, which has been doubled. 6 grams is what a lot of people like to see in this day and age in pump formulas, so it's nice to see that it's in here. The pumps were nasty though, as usual. Definitely noticeably better than the previous formula. I mean, how can they not be when you're doubling up on certain ingredients and adding more of this and that? You'll literally get done with your warm-up set and you'll already have a pump. The most recent time I've used this out of the 3 or 4 times I have used it was for shoulders, and after a couple of sets of lat raises and a little warm-up set of dumbbell pressing, you feel all your shoulders, traps, delts all swelling and pumped and ready to roll. So yeah, I would say that it speeds up the pump factor times 10 versus if you were to train with no pump formula, and then it also increases pumps beyond your natural limit as well. Definitely noticeable. So it's definitely moved itself up the ranking system by upgrading that label. It's definitely hanging more around where the big boys are. If they're doing a version 3, my only feedback would be to perhaps try and add some nootropics in, maybe a bit of L-tyrosine at 1 or 2 grams, you know, a bit of alpha GPC, things like that. That would be a very nice addition to the current formula. But I can totally understand why they don't do that, because they're trying to keep it at a decent price point so it appeals to everyone. Pretty much the only thing keeping me from giving this a 10 out of 10 is its lack of glycerol, and even then I completely understand why they've not got it in here, because they've got it as a standalone product called Glycoswell, which we also like, which you can obviously stack with this, and then you're definitely looking at a 10 out of 10 for the pump. But as it is, as it came together in the gym, noticeably better than the last one. We're going to give it that solid 9 out of 10 on this one. Final verdict with Pump the Chaos pre-workout, stim-free pre-workout at that. So first up with the taste segment, comes in 2 flavours, the blueberry lemonade and the one we had, the new flavour, juicy fruit. Bit of an odd one, tasted more like an iced tea, but ultimately it was doable. It really wasn't bad at all. Landed on an 8 out of 10 for that. Moving into the price segment, it fell into a 5.5 out of 10 on our price scale, so priced around about average for a pre-workout / pump formula. So not too bad, especially that is, like I say, just going off the official website with no discount codes or anything like that. Now, finishing off with that effects section, we gave that a solid 9 out of 10, so a whole point above the previous version. We feel that was well justified with that double citrulline, that double S7, that extra bit of Vaso 6, so there's no real complaints. A nice modest improvement, definitely noticeable in the gym without a doubt. A solid 9 out of 10, and overall that gives us a 22.5 out of 30 total score, which is around about the average mark in terms of what we see for scorings on the channel, so definitely a solid all-round decent product. Let us know your thoughts on this down in the comment section. Do you think that this is a decent improvement over the original? What other products do you like from Chaos Crew? All the usual stuff, and as always, stay pumped.
I don't even wanna talk, I'm just smoking my haze. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been stuck here for days. I've been staring at the clock as the radio plays.